check this out, guys. What you are looking at right now is very expensive, properly CNC machined plug mold, you can call it, from a proper tooling board. Wow. Never worked with anything like this before. This is definitely a next level. It's expensive, something I would not be able to afford ever. I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal what car this is for. It's big, the car is really fast. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Anyways, I'll show you how and what process I'm going to use for this. I'm not even going to tell you what this is. You will see at the end of the video what this is. So this is a tooling board. A tooling board is effectively really high dense foam, so to speak. So this one is actually M450. I'm not advertising it, but I'm just showing you. 0.44 GC. I reckon it's grams per cubic centimeter. Grams per cubic centimeter. I don't know. Anyways, 0.45. So this is kind of like a medium dense foam. It's suitable for plugs. It's suitable for very low volume sort of production runs. So you could possibly make 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 parts from this, but this is not your industrial sort of production mold type stuff. So in ideal world, what you would do, this is your plug. This is effectively what I've done before with my diffuser tunnels. By the way, in the description, you'll see a link where you can buy those. I still haven't made another modular part, but yeah, also video will be right here how I made those. Even though I haven't made the video yet, but probably I will release that before that. Anyways, so effectively the same thing. So because this is very critical, this is an aero part, and it had to be properly designed by an engineer who knows his stuff around aerodynamics and all of that kind of stuff. So in order to make it proper, effective, it needs to be identical to what he designed, and that's the only way to do it is CNC cut it. So this board, this foam is used on a big machine, 5, 6, 3 row CNC axis, whatever. It's very smooth. It's effectively ready for whatever you want to do with it, but you need to seal it. I'm going to be using S120, never used this before, advanced board and mold sealer. So what it does, because obviously this is a little bit porous, theoretically, I think if I were to do this on the cheap, and for example, I just found this on the street, believe me, I don't know, yeah, if I found this on the street and it didn't cost me anything, well, this didn't really cost me anything. But anyways, my point being is that if this was completely just MDF, effectively, similar stuff, then I could theoretically apply lots of PVA, maybe 2 layers of PVA, and it would release, I reckon. But because this is quite important and we're spending a lot of money on this, this needs to be sealed so you can actually mirror polish it and get a proper glossy finish. So this is where this stuff comes in. I think you need 4, 5, 6, maybe up to 8 applications of this, and then we would be able to mirror polish this thing. So it should be effectively like your extremely glossy part, like your painted metal, where you just apply chemical release agent or wax or PVA, but obviously I will be using chemical release agent. This part has flanges, 60 mil everywhere around and at the top. It's going to be infused. Naturally, I love infusion now. Plenty of space for your tape and all of your material. Quite a simple composition. We kind of gone cheap on this one because for the first one we decided not to go all out and do it full carbon. It's going to be 2 visual layers of carbon fiber, 210 mil, 210 gram, 1500 wide carbon. So bottom and top, so carbon is what you see. And then in the middle, we'll probably use, I don't have it here, I have it in storage, biaxial glass fiber, woven stuff, 450 gram, because this is supposed to generate quite a bit of downforce. You probably guessed already what this is. Anyways, it needs to be quite strong. And we're using 5 mil foam. Again, I don't have it here. It's similar stuff to, well, this is 3 mil, but it's the same stuff, but it's basically like sort of checkered, and it's perforated, so the resin can actually go through it. Yeah, so the next step of the process is to seal it. I actually have this part. This is actually the Strakes. I think I completely revealed what this is, because now you you see the shape and you know the names of parts. Anyways, yes, this is a diffuser. I will ask the owner of the car and this I say diffuser if I can actually post it. So if he says yeah you can, then obviously now you know. Those are the Strakes. So this is basically another two parts, 1 and 2. They're sort of mirrored and they will sort of be glued onto a little flange at the top. So I will be able to start with this. So this sealer actually comes with a little spray nozzle and a bottle. All you do, you literally just spray, wait 15-20 minutes, apply another coat, and then on the final couple of coats you basically use 1200 grit paper. You key the surface, not key the surface, you break the high spots off. Anyways, you just flatten it effectively, and then seal it one last time, maybe last 2 times, and then you can polish it. So this is what we're gonna start with, because obviously the large one is large. So we're gonna start with a small one just to test how the sealing works. I actually done a little test on those little cubes, and you can actually physically feel the difference. It's been about 20 minutes now, and you can feel how this is rougher and this is already much smoother. Only single application. So I'm not quite sure how many applications you would need before you can actually mirror polish it, but we'll start with this one. Spray it, and layer by layer we'll be able to see what happens. All right, enough talking. Let's do the walking. That's a good one. I have to be quite economical with this because I don't have enough. I only bought... Actually, it smells quite nice, quite fruity. I'm not sure how bad this is for your health. I'll open the window just so it can...
Day 2.
Slight change of plan, guys. The S120 that I've used on this thing is brilliant, but because this board is medium to high density, it literally taking me 120 mil or 250 mil just to seal this small portion. It's perfect. I mean, it's all chemical release agent and stuff, so this is actually ready to be laid, the fabric. But before I make the big part, let's make the small one just to get it out of the way. So it's in 2 parts. It's a simple sort of L-shaped bracket with a bend in multiple dimensions. In order to make it nice and easy, I think I'm going to make a template. So what I'm using right now is basically polyurethane tape. I have a massive roll of 200 meters outside, and it's brilliant material, good for many different uses. So what I have it here is I have it laid inside a mold, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around how I want to cut my carbon, and then I would be able to position this on top of the carbon and literally cut the shapes that I need, so I don't have to trim on the mold, so I can just cleanly put the new sheet every time. And I think we're gonna make basic composite stack essentially. So 2 layers of carbon each side, and in the middle we're just gonna use Lantosoric. I haven't used it a lot but on this one I reckon it will be absolutely essential to have it, because it needs to be a really strong part, because it gets glued on this flange, on the top flange, to the diffuser underside, and it needs to be sort of really strong and sustain substantial forces, and Lantosoric does just that, and it's easy to work with. So let's make a template, cut carbon, stick it in, bag it, infuse it, done. Next, I transferred this shape onto the bit more permanent template, and I'm gonna cut it with the rotary blade like this. And now we simply position it into our mold. Lines up absolutely beautiful. We have sufficient space everywhere around for the bag. Yeah, got another 4 Lantasoric and we're done. So I kind of skipped all the steps because you've seen it all before. Very simple, 4 layers of carbon, Lantasolic. We have 1 inlet from the top and it's going to sort of like go down onto each section. There's nothing on the inside, on the top, and then 1 vacuum line from the top again. So the resin should come down there and then draw all the way to the top, and the vacuum coming out from there. That's it. Reuse the whole bag, should be okay. Infuse it in about 5 minutes. You'll see what we have.
Tomorrow.
I cannot wait. You need 18 to 24 hours according to Easy Composites. I finished at about 1 o'clock. Right now it's about 2 o'clock. So it's only been 13 hours, but we did use fast and slow hardness. So let's just have a look. So already taking the bag and the peel ply off. And I just need to have a look how it turned out, because time is running out. And if the part is not how we want it to look, then I need all the time I can get to make a new one. Well, first observations: having a proper CNC mold sealed with S2 120. I mean, look at that. How's that for pitting? I promise you, I didn't take this out before. Let's have a look. A little bit of bridging here. But oh my god, this is so good. This is nice. Wow. I'm well impressed. How strong is it? Probably best not to bend it because it still needs another few hours to set, but